Since the NBA began in 1946, records have come and records have gone. While some records seemed unbreakable, the league has changed so much over the years that even some of the most seemingly unbreakable records have fallen. Nobody thought that a team could get to 70 wins. Then Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls won 72. Then that was broken when the Warriors won 73. However, there are a few NBA records that seem almost impossible to break. Here's a look at a few that will likely never fall. First up, we have Wilt Chamberlain's scoring records of 50.4 average in an NBA season and 100 points in a single game. Wilt Chamberlain was the most dominant scorer in the history of the NBA. While he may not sit atop the all-time NBA scoring list, he also didn't play nearly as many seasons as those above him. In 14 years, Chamberlain scored 31,419 points, good for 30.1 points per game, including a monster season in 1961-1962. In just his third year in the league, Chamberlain averaged an astounding 50.4 points per night with the Philadelphia Warriors, easily the highest average in history. Chamberlain actually holds 5 of the top 6 spots on the per-game average list. Another NBA record that Chamberlain set that year was averaging 48.5 minutes per game, which seems impossible. But outside of just 8 minutes that he missed in a game, Wilt played every minute of every game, including overtimes, which is how he was able to officially average more minutes than there actually are in a game. It was also during that season that Wilt famously scored 100 points in a single NBA game. On March 2nd, 1962, Chamberlain scored 100 points on the nose in a 169-147 win over the New York Knicks. The only other person to even reach 80 was Kobe Bryant, who scored 81 points in a Lakers win over the Toronto Raptors in 2006. Number 2, we have Rasheed Wallace's 41 technical fouls. While not an all-time scoring record, Rasheed Wallace still owns an NBA record that will never be broken. During the 1999-2000 season, Wallace racked up a whopping 38 technical fouls. Apparently not content with not getting to 40, Rasheed made sure he passed that number the following season. Wallace earned 41 techs in the 2000-2001 season, a record that isn't going anywhere. Since then, the NBA has implemented new rules in order to cut down on technical fouls. These days, a player's 16th violation results in a 1-game suspension. For every 2 technicals after, the suspension increases by a game. There's a lot of missed checks. Imagine if these rules would have been in place when Rasheed Wallace was setting records. Number 3, we have Scott Skiles' 30 assists in one NBA game. Years before Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway got to Orlando, the Magic were led by a gritty point guard named Scott Skiles. Alongside Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott, Skiles was doing anything he could to help Orlando win games, of which they didn't win many those first few years. However, there was one night that was extremely special. On December 30th, 1990, Skiles dished out an NBA record 30 assists as the Magic racked up a franchise record 155 points in a win over the Denver Nuggets. Skiles' 30 assists were more than all other players combined on both teams, 30-28. Skiles also had 22 points in the game. Nobody has ever gotten to 25 assists since. Number 4, we have John Stockton's all-time assist record. John Stockton may never have won an NBA title, but he does have a gold medal and will likely hold the NBA career assist record until the end of time. Over the course of 19 NBA seasons, the 10-time All-Star dished out 15,806 assists. Once called harder to guard than Michael Jordan by Gary Payton, Stockton led the league in assists a record 9 times and averaged 10.5 assists in 1,504 career games. He also holds the record for best assist average in one season at 14.5 per game in 1989-1990. Jason Kidd sits in second place on the all-time list with 12,091 career assists, more than 3,000 behind Stockton. Not only an offensive threat, John Stockton also holds the record for most steals in NBA history, also by a very wide margin. Stockton had 3,265 steals in his career. Jason Kidd is also second on this list with 2,684. Last up, we have AC Green's 1,192 consecutive games played streak. AC Green is to the NBA what Cal Ripken was to Major League Baseball, an Iron Man. Load management wasn't even in the NBA dictionary until just recently, and AC Green has to laugh every time he hears that phrase. After missing 3 games in his second season with the Lakers during the 1986-87 season, the 3-time NBA champion played in 1,192 consecutive games until the end of his career in 2001. After playing 8 seasons with the Lakers, Green signed with the Phoenix Suns. During the 1995-96 season, his streak almost ended when J.R. Reed intentionally elbowed him in the face. Green suffered a head injury and lost 2 teeth and still played in the next game. Green was later traded to the Dallas Mavericks and spent one more season with the Lakers before ending his career as a member of the Miami Heat. The longest streak coming into the 2019-2020 NBA season was Joe Ingles of the Utah Jazz with 304. That's it for today's Sports Mafia video. Thank you for watching. Comment below and let me know which unbreakable NBA record is your favorite. And if you like this video, please subscribe.